The rowing stroke is pretty complicated what's going on. I mean, it looks like the same thing over and over and over, but you're constantly thinking about different parts of your stroke and how to make the boat move and how does it feel and balance. And it's just, you're always thinking about something. I've always been a competitive guy, and this is just a great sport for me. I'm kind of a grinder, and this sport rewards work. It's really important to have the right training environment in this sport. Most boathouses do not have anything close to what we have here. You know, they're wooden structures, you know, one heater off in the corner. It's hard to find funding in this sport, but Mike did a heck of a job with it. And what we have here now in Oklahoma City is a world-class rowing facility.
Well, River Sport's a unique nonprofit in that we are really helping infuse more of an active outdoor culture here in Oklahoma City. We really tried to help make dreams come true for these Olympic hopefuls. And in a place like Oklahoma City that hasn't been known for water sports, you know, River Sport is a place that can help really change culture.
How many books?
Oh, I lost count. Well, the Devon Boathouse, when it was built in 2010, it was unlike anything in the world in terms of a boathouse. And it really still is. And it represents our entry into the Olympic movement. And we wanted to contribute as a community, as a city, to helping advance our athletes to train in a place that is the premier high-performance training facility for the sport of rowing. This is our high-performance center. This is where all the action takes place inside when our athletes are doing their indoor training. These are the Concept 2 rowing machines, really kind of a staple in the sport of rowing. You have to spend a lot of time on these to be able to, you know, maybe earn a position in a boat. Athletes will really work out hard here, a lot of sweat here. This is why the environment in this room is so important. It's one of the most intense workouts you can do because you're exercising your entire body. I mean, more muscles are in play in rowing than about any other sport. You burn more calories than any other sport. So it's full body, highly intensive exercise, very grueling with some of the workouts that they do. So we had to have a climate in here that was conducive to making sure that these athletes can perform at their PRs or personal best performances in here. We have a bell over here that they come over and they ring when they beat their best time. We want that bell to ring all the time. Every day they're doing a test. And to do that, we got to have the climate right.
So as you can see, this is the athletic area of the boathouse. These are our cassettes. We have about 8 cassettes in this room. These units are actually running, yet you see how quiet and efficient they are to provide the needed temperature in this room.
The great thing about the City Multi VRF systems is it has an inverter-driven compressor. So what the variable refrigerant flow heat recovery system allows us to do is via refrigerant is to extract the heat from the zones that are calling for cooling. So you take that heat, remove it, transfer it via the refrigerant to the zones that may be calling for heating, and it rejects the heat in those heating zones. That allows us to be not only just truly efficient to basically just utilize enough energy to answer the demand of the systems, but also to provide comfort cooling. One of the most important things was to maintain the integrity of the architecture. They didn't really want to have the visibility of our equipment basically taking away from the architecture of the building.
The boathouses are all, and this boathouse in particular, is designed to represent a racing shell. So when you see it from above, it looks like it's got a bow and it's racing towards the river along with the other buildings.
The outdoor units are in an enclosure, and concealed, the enclosure looks very similar to the architecture of the building that the Devon Boathouse is in. That really posed a great solution for them to be able to achieve that.
The way the Mitsubishi Train system works is a very green system, which is really important to us. Our athletes spend a lot of time on the river. They're very attuned to the environment and protecting the environment. So we felt like that was important too, philosophically, to have a system that was a green system.
That's a big deal for me, and I think it is for most of the rowers. I'm a green person. I try to think green, and I like that we're making consistent efforts to be more sustainable.
But then also those electric bills, also are so important. We're a nonprofit organization. And as a nonprofit, it's important that we pay attention to all of the expenses associated with the venue. So having an efficient system is absolutely critical for us. The more that we can save, the more we can support these athletes in their vision and their dreams.